guys, welcome to today's video. It's me, Michael, back with the Real Dragons. Today I'm going to be doing a Bearded Dragon diet video. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Watch to the end of the video. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start with 5 things that bearded dragons can eat. So, of course, the first thing I'm going to say is crickets. Crickets is a healthy, can't hurt them choice. Just make sure that it fits in between their eyes. Like, at the top of their head, you can see their eye sockets. If it's bigger than that, like the length, it's too big for them and it can actually cause them to choke on it. So make sure you get the right size crickets. Crickets can be expensive because bearded dragons eat a lot of crickets, like 20 to 50. But as they get older, it starts to switch to more vegetables and fruits for them when they are adults. Right now I have a baby bearded dragon, so he eats about 80% protein and 20% vegetables. So when they get older, that will kind of flip to 70-30, like 70% vegetables and 30% protein. So just keeping that in mind, bearded dragons are a big investment. So if you're planning on getting one, know that in advance because crickets can be very expensive. Okay, the next thing that they can eat is dubia roaches. Dubia roaches are not as expensive because you can actually start something that's called a dubia roach colony. Yes, I said roach. Don't worry, they're not right. They're not like the American cockroach or the German cockroach. So if you are going to start one of these colonies, it actually takes a little bit of commitment, and they usually die off in the winter if you don't have a warm enough spot for them. Dubia roaches can, after you start a colony, they have different sizes. They're just like crickets, babies, mediums, and then like adults. I would not recommend feeding your bearded dragon dubia roaches until they're at least like a half a year old because you don't know if they can digest the outer shell properly yet because they actually have a little bit of an exoskeleton. So yeah. The third thing I'm going to discuss is actually a vegetable, and it is collard greens. Collard green is one of the few vegetables I found you can actually feed to bearded dragons without it being a calcium binder or not good for them. Collard greens can actually be grown in your back garden. You can go to the store and find them. They're usually relatively cheap. Bearded dragons actually like them, which is something that I was surprised about because I walked into my room one day and I just saw my bearded dragon Pickles in his bowl just eating away, and I'm like, dang, bro. You must be hungry or you really like those. And it's funny because I actually fed him crickets earlier that day. Okay, the next thing is blueberries. Now fruits, yes, you can feed them fruits. Too much fruits equals diarrhea, so you don't really want to give them too many fruits. Blueberries can be used as a treat for bearded dragons, so I wouldn't recommend them for like primary feeding, even if they're an adult, because they can actually cause some diarrhea problems, and it can screw up their intestines. The next thing is bell peppers. No spicy peppers. Those are hard on their stomachs, and they actually can't eat those. But bell peppers are okay. What I found is that they don't actually like bell peppers. They are good for them every once in a while, but they don't usually like them. But if yours does, then hey, you're lucky. Okay, another thing that they can eat is strawberries. This is actually my 6th thing. I know I said I was only going to be doing 5. Strawberries is another good fruit. Most fruits they can eat. Some vegetables they can eat, but you gotta be careful. Make sure what you're feeding them is not a calcium binder. Okay, so that'll be it for the things that you can feed them. Now I'm going to move on to the things you can't. The first and most important thing that you cannot feed your bearded dragon is mealyworms. It's huge controversy, I know, but mealyworms are not good for them. There's been multiple cases of bearded dragons sadly dying from impaction from the outer hard shells from mealyworms. When mealyworms are little, it's not as bad, but once they get older, I actually left a mealyworm thing in our fridge for like a month. They got huge and I couldn't even squish them with my fingers. That's not good for the inside of your bearded dragon. Do you know what that? They can't even break it down. It could get stuck in there. It's just not a good idea. Don't feed them mealyworms under any circumstances. Okay, the next thing that you cannot feed them is cabbage. Cabbage is not good for them. Cabbage is a calcium binder. It can also cause impaction. It's not good for them. The next thing that you cannot feed them is lettuce. Never feed them lettuce, iceberg lettuce, any of that. None of it. It's not good for them either. It's also a calcium binder. It's not good for their intestines. They can't digest it fully. Third thing is lemons. Now, I'm sure you're asking, why would you have lemons on this list? But lemons is not something that you can feed them. Neither is oranges. Even though you can gut load your crickets and dubia roaches with oranges, it's not a good idea to feed them it directly. Most of the time they don't even like it, even if you do try to feed it to them. It's too acidic for their stomach, it's really hard on them. If you do feed it to them and they survive, don't do it again because you know they were probably in pain. The next one is never, ever give your bearded dragon the dry pet store food that they recommend. I know they say, oh, they need this, they need that. I went to the pet store, I went to a PetSmart when I was getting stuff for him, and they were like, oh, you need this one, oh, you need this one, oh, you gotta get this, and it was like all these crazy freeze-dried foods. Like, how is that even edible? I don't know, but it's not good for them. It makes their poop smell horrendous. It's horrible. This video, that was 5 things that they could eat, 5 things that they couldn't. If you'd like another one of these videos, please leave a comment about what kind of bearded dragon tutorial you'd like to have. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up and watch more. I will probably try to post every week. Thank you for watching.